I might be conspicuously ignorant of the facts having to do with the UK and what appears to be the demise of the administration now without prospects for re-election to form a new government. I'm mystified by that because for so long I've seen Labor rip itself to shreds. I think it would have been remarkable if they had not, and if Corbyn had been able to lead the way through some particularly chronic problems that have beset the UK for generations. Similarly, it seems as though, for reasons I don't understand any more than about Labour, Tories seem to be prepared to rip apart what they have, incumbency. The only difference being that Sunak does not seem particularly willing to help them rip him apart. I think he's seen the handwriting on the wall. I was watching some stuff that indicated to me that he's not getting the cooperation that he needs. I think that he was, it seems, thought of as no one that the elites would take seriously, and I think he found that out soon after he moved into 10 Downing. I think he was perfectly prepared to try to do something, and I think they told him to sit down and shut up or else. And I can't prove a damn thing. I cannot prove a damn thing, and no one has given any corroboration. Okay? None that you can cite. But that's similar to what Corbyn was told, and he was prepared to sit out and shut up, but not to be elected. Something is wrong. What's that saying? Something's rotten in Denmark. Well, some of the best cheeses are thought to be rotten, but people know better. So, no matter what you say, there's a PhD who knows better. In a game of rhetorical leapfrog, dialectic infinity, and so, he may have found out, there's a perspective that an elected, an incumbent prime minister has that literally no one else has. People might come close to it, but the whole idea is that if he's valuable, it's because of his perspective. And what several have seen is a myth. As far as I'm concerned. So now then the question becomes, well now, is he in effect going to see to it that he is not going to stand for re-election? The way things are going, He might not. I'm not sure. I don't know. Um, even if they told him, "Oh, come on now, we're going to cooperate now," I wouldn't believe him if I were in his shoes. Now so the attention should turn rightly to other people running for office. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody. Everybody basically has said, well, this is not my opportunity, and so on. Oh, on another point, and this has nothing to do with anybody in the UK, I finally got word. They came to bring me meds, and while I was being stuck with insulin, I was told by a graduate of my school that my alma mater, that it never was my school, by golly, I was told that Birmingham Southern College has finally, belatedly accepted that nobody's going to bail them out. I don't think they have any insight into why that's true. They're not. Let's put it this way: they are amazingly disappointing crew on the campus. I think they have something like 80 professors and maybe 20 administrators, and I don't know how many groundskeepers and stuff like that. And they have 400 undergraduates. They will graduate their last students this coming May. Then they'll padlock the place. Everybody will have moved out by the time, that week. They will padlock that poor little place. But I'm told they have 400 undergraduates. And the college says they're helping them relocate, seeing where their credits could transfer and stuff like that. That's why I wanted them to close a long time ago. They've harmed a lot of people. Money grubbing, small-minded, poor scholarship, everything. Nothing good. For years and years, nothing good. And the people who go to that, have gone to that school, have not even known the difference. And, but at least that nightmare's over. There are many parallels, in terms of Birmingham Southern and the sorry-ass way they finally accepted no. They thought they could make a deal, a church deal and all this other stuff with the Goat Hill in Montgomery and get some money at least for some sort of loan or what have you. And I understand on a secret ballot they lost 3.5 to 1. The House said positively no. And that's not the first vote they've had, but it is, I'm told, the last time they'll consider it. Only because Birmingham Southern doesn't even have a way to keep the lights on. That's how sleazy they have become. They bring dishonor on the reputation of the school. Of course, the school has been, on a steep decline for the last 40 years. And not only because of one thing or another that I could be specific about, but also because they're trying to serve a market that over the years has evolved to be some sort of bargain basement 4-year college degree and maybe an easy entry into UAB medical school, or maybe a Tuscaloosa for the law school. And let me tell you, I better not even get started on what I think of all that. I think people remember what I've said. Right now the main concern I think should be for everybody, just common sense. What can be done for those 400 people? I know that, you'd have to consider each undergrad on his or her merit, and maybe that might be embarrassing too. It might be embarrassing. But assuming that they're halfway meritorious, then they need to have some place to go. And I wonder what it means to be a Birmingham Southern student looking for a place to go. The school having, quit, having signed people up, I think, with, some sort of misunderstanding. Or could it be that they're not particularly good students, and so then that means that there are many places they could go, from where they've been, right there on Arkadelphia Road. I don't see any way to make any kind of analogy between that news and what late developments have convinced me that, I had been saying until recently, it looks like, that the Prime Minister is running out of time, to get something done in terms of prospects for re-election or something. And now the late word is that he's indicated that he might not even run. I'm shocked. I'm amazed. Utterly amazed. And then later in the day to be told, that Birmingham Southern is history, by golly. They should have closed 30 years ago. I know that they've been hurting people since the time I left the campus. It was becoming a shambles when I was there, and I heard that it never did recover, basically from, Vietnam. That wiped out history, the performing arts, sports scholarships. It wiped out everybody except pre-law and pre-med. That's all they had going for them. And I don't know what caliber people can claim Birmingham Southern since those days, but they had a well-rounded program, and their peers were, Birmingham Southern in recent years, say in the 1900s, never did quite match, some schools their size nationally, but they were close. But along about 1950 on, they didn't, they didn't match up. And I went there because I thought about culture shock. And you know what? I was right about that, by the way. People play the hand they're dealt, right? I could tell you about that, but I think that would be a very boring reiteration. I've said enough. I'm still under 15 minutes, so let me just say goodbye. It's 8:30 plus a few minutes, and on Thursday the 28th, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, Thursday the 28th of March, 2024. And I'm glad the day is over. I think I'll stay in bed a long time, even though I don't have the cord, the stuff I bought and paid for, still in the hands of a piece of shit who thinks he's doing something cosmic, I guess. This place doesn't seem to be likely to change. As people talk about change, but saying people talk about the weather. The weather will change before the creeps who are paid here are gone.